Hello, my name is Chris, and we will be looking at my game called Raging River, the Collector's Edition. And so we will be looking at up close of the cards and components and what's really involved. And I just want to share one thing before we go further is that this board, this is the game board, and it's a little big to show you on the screen, but look at my other video to see up close of what that looks like. That would be included as well. But let's go ahead and start over here. And this is the rulebook. I'll just show you briefly some of these things. It shows the play setup, the layout of the board or the tiles, the difficulty, several other things about the cards and such, and the components. And so there's that, and then the Raging River mini games booklet. Very simple. Some of these are just 1.5 pages. You have survival up here, 1 to 2 players. Some of them are puzzle games. Some of them are memory games, and so forth. And so that's pretty cool. Now, this is going to be something that's going to want to interest a lot of players, an achievement list. And this is really fun. Perhaps you beat all the difficulties on this and you want something else, something more. Well, you can go through this list and try to complete some of these tasks. For example, beat the game on hard, or play as every hero, certain things like that. And then, of course, you can write down the year or the specific date. Also, there are more things on the back. These are all expansion packs sold separately. And then there's other achievements such as for the mini games. And so there's quite a bit involved that will last you quite a while. Here we have the water tile cards that you'll often see in the game. Sandbars, deep waters, waves, and many others that you'll want to try to stay away from, especially the waves. Now, these are the different components, as well as a slider clip, the dice, different avatars, and then the chit stands, which is used as, I'll give you an example. You would slide this here, and you would lay it down, and it would stand up so the players can see it. Then you have the civilian deck, which is actually used only on the insanity difficulty. And so you have a few different characters that you can choose from. This is the game mat, which is used for the mini game along with the dice. It's actually the same on both sides. Over here, this is the medium circle chits, and they are used mostly for the mini games. Again, you would put these into those, so you're gonna have to be careful putting them in there. They're a little tricky. Then you have different bags for different mini games. These are all for the mini games. Now let's go on to the rank deck. And how this works is these are used along with the achievement list. For example, if you are rank 2, that means you have completed on this side only. You've completed 2 on here, so you are rank 2. If you've completed rank master, well, that means you've completed all of this. And then you would lay this into one of these, and it would tell the other players that you have experience in the game, that you've played this for quite a bit. And so it's not a requirement, but you're welcome to use that. Moving on to the hero deck. At the beginning of the game, you will be able to choose these heroes that do different things. For example, the Mariner, it says move through deep waters for 1 action per tile. So this would be really helpful for working with teams. And the Spy, which of course you can look under different cards. The assist deck is similar to the hero, except you would only use this when a player gets to the finish line. Then he would take one of these cards and give it to his teammate, and he would use it. So this wouldn't be used in solo mode. And again, just different abilities that would be helpful. Moving on to the Tsunami deck. So this would be activated after all of these water tile cards are flipped over. Then this would become activated, and this would go up 1 tick per round, and if it reached to 10, then it's game over. Moving over to the safety deck, very useful. You have different cards to help you throughout the game. Shipwreck, which helps you resist different things, trading with others, and many other cards. The wind deck tells you which direction the wind is going in and how strong it is. So it might move left so many spaces or right so many spaces. Now this goes with the wind deck. It shows what lane it's going to be on. And these are very simply laid out. Depending on what difficulty, there's different lanes for those as well. The high risk, which is used at the end of each person's turn. Some of them are freezing, which obviously you can't move during your turn. Hurricanes that blow you back. Heavy rain, tornadoes, and many others. So you'll want to watch out for that the best you can. Now over here, all of these are actually for mini games. For example, the Storm Hazard, which is similar to that, it has more things involved. So it goes all the way up to 20 if you even get to that point. Another mini game is Unleashed. Goes by rounds. You have to get to the end of the round and survive, depending on what difficulty you choose. The Corruption deck, these would be preset ahead of time. So they would be shuffled, and then you would have to lay this out right at the start, along with other little things that are involved. And then you have the Lava Strike deck. And on the back, it shows different ones that would be used for this memory game. Now this looks like quite a bit, but this game is really simple. Depending on what difficulty it is depending on what cards you'll be using, such as low risk, critical risk, and many others. So that is pretty much the breakdown of what these cards look like. Again, feel free to give me suggestions or anything that I need to fix in the game. I'd be glad to do it. Thanks again. Bye.